Hi, this is Tracy with GenesisBlogging.com, and this is a really quick video tutorial that is an update from my Seesmic Desktop video that I did earlier in the week. Seesmic has come out already with an update that has fixed some bugs that they found in the system. Obviously, it's a brand new software, so there's going to be probably quite a few updates coming out over the next, I would imagine, few days, weeks, whatever, as most software does. Anyway, but the biggest update that I think I've noticed is that one of the problems that they had was that when you closed out the application, the user list and the search the user list that you would make and the search columns that you would make, the searches that you would set up, when you closed out the system, it did not save those. So every time you reopened it, it had erased those and you would have to set them up again. That was, obviously not good. And so they fixed that. Now, when you close out the application and you reopen it, all of your user list and all of your searches are saved and they're still there. Now, one thing that I didn't really point out last time, which would, it did this before, and I didn't actually make mention of it before, was when you have a user list or you have a search, and you'll notice here that I have several searches created, and they go into what they call stacks. They're columns in TweetDeck, and I've got 3 of them opened here. And this is what they call their attached column. This is a fixed column that's always open, that you could just have this one open, and this is the kind of like the one you're working on at that time. And you'll notice as I'm recording this, you're going to see all of these different ones, and there's results coming in to different ones, even though I don't have them open. See, I mean, obviously the ones I have open you're going to see, but even the ones that I have what they call detached, because you'll notice here, if I mouse over this, it says close. What that means, like we're used to in TweetDeck, if you clicked like the X or something, you were closing it, you were basically deleting that column. You weren't just moving it over here to the side and detaching it like you are in Seesmic. You're really detaching it for the time and moving over here to the side, but it's still active. Any tweets that come in are still going to get filtered in to your user list or to any of your search stacks. It's all going to still filter those tweets in, so that when you open it up, you're still going to get all of the tweets that had filtered in, even though you weren't working in it and while it was in detached mode. That's really kind of cool. But okay, so for example, I've got these open, but let's just say I want to see what's going on in my social media one. Okay, well, when you click on it, it brings it over into the attached column. All right, well, I've looked at it. Yeah. Well, if you mouse over this, you're going to move it to the detached column. Well, I move it over, so by default, automatically it goes back to all of those that I'm following. These are all my friends on Twitter. This is that column, and you'll notice here that now I have a scroll bar. Well, I can keep and I can add all of these over here, and it would just keep scrolling. I mean, it'll do that. And if I want to move this, you can actually drag these over and move the positions if you want. It'll actually do that. You can swap positions and drag and drop and change the positions of the columns. But actually, you know what? You don't need to do that. You don't need to have the scroll bar unless you want to, unless there's something you're wanting to watch and keep an eye on and you want to scroll back and forth or something like that. You don't need to do that. You can just detach it. It's all down there. It's all good. If you say, I want to click on this and keep up with, okay, what's going on with my homeschool friends? Oh, that's cool. Okay, I can go over there, click it over there. Well, okay, I'm done with social media. Click it over there, and it's going to go back over there. I'm still going to get all the messages because it was filtering messages while it was in the detached position. It's not a problem. The other good thing that I wanted to point out really quickly was about the user list compared to the groups in TweetDeck. In TweetDeck, every time I set up a group, it wanted to pull up my whole entire user list of my whole entire friends list, my following list of everybody I was following. It wanted to pull that whole entire list up when I was going to go to create a brand new group, so that I would, or edit the group, so that I could check the box next to their name. Well, I follow well over 4,000 people, and it was bogging down my TweetDeck and about freezing out my TweetDeck and crashing it almost every single time. I didn't have that problem, of course, with the search column, but I had that problem with my groups because I follow so many people. So I didn't set up that many groups in TweetDeck. I would set up one, and it was such a pain, and then I would like click the plus or whatever, and add people was easy after I had a group already set up. But to set up a new group that first time, it would always want to crash my system, because you would have to go through that process of naming it, and it would have to pull up the list of people below it, and it was really painful. But with this, you just add it, you just type in a name, whatever you want, click OK, and that's it. If I wanted to add somebody to it, I would just mouse over this, add them to the user list, and I can pick that group, I can pick the other group, I could add her to this group, and we're done. And she's in the group. And that's it. And then I can just, click this, and then it says, this person is now a member, and the next time that they tweet something, then it would they would get put into that group. And if you don't want a group, if you want to completely delete any of the columns, now not detach it but delete it, then you would click remove, and it would completely remove it from over here and remove it everything, and it would no longer filter tweets in, and it's just completely deleted. So that's the quick update. I haven't gone through and with a fine-tooth comb and double-checked every bug that they might have fixed, but those are the major things that they fixed that I noticed right away that I really liked. Kudos to Seesmic on that one. Still like the multi-account thing. I think that's going to be a big thing. If they'd let me pick my colors, might like that a little bit. Maybe add in a few more features. I can see that maybe Facebook integration or something with Seesmic is probably coming, and I'm sure some other integration with other programs or apps or whatever are probably coming soon, I would imagine. But anyway, that's the quick update on Seesmic and where it stands as of today. So hope that helped you. Anyway, we'll speak soon.